But on a serious note, it was cool though, right, to go to that game. That was such a cool opportunity for me at least, right? Because to see you on the sideline and to kind of have that interaction, to see you have that interaction with the players, and kind of knowing the process that you went through to get there, that was kind of one of those moments. It's like, damn, like he's there, right? Like,
and that part is cool. The part with the players, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not saying it's not all bad, for sure. Like, you do get to know the players, and like, I know guys who are in the NFL now. Like, there's guys in there who I've like had real good conversations with, who are just like NFL players now, and that's really cool. So it's like, that part of it is cool, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's long hours. You're there crack of dawn till late at night every single day.
And I remember that is when you were doing that, especially with the football team, bro. I didn't talk to you for like pretty much the entirety of the time you were doing that, because there was no room for anything, right? And Billy, tell me, if you could pick one injury or one experience that really kind of, when you think about that, right? When you're in the program, working with the sports teams, what was one thing, like one moment that really kind of stuck out to you?
In what sort of way?
In any, because I know you were telling me about some pretty nasty, like that lineman that had that nasty, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a nasty injury. I remember you telling me about it.
So, I mean, you get the nasty injuries, a guy whose ankles turned completely around, and they try to get up and walk on it because they're in shock, so you gotta be like, okay, lie down, and then kind of just, at that point, when you're only a student, you only know so much, and you don't want to screw anyone up, so like, you're kind of just there as like emotional support at first. You're like, all right, just breathe, you're good, they're coming, don't worry, the smart people are coming, don't worry, the smart people. But then once you get in that situation yourself, it's a whole different experience. Like, it's a completely different experience. You're not that emotional support person anymore. Like, when you actually are in a situation where, not to say it could be someone's life is on the line. You're like, the adrenaline that goes through your body in that situation is just like, is so much that it can kind of be overwhelming. But at the same time, we're so like hammered in what to do, and like, you kind of almost go into like muscle memory, like what you're supposed to do, and it's like your body just kicks in, you do it. Like, I had a situation at Pomfret, actually, literally my first or second week there. I just get hired, fresh out of college, and I'm also a strength and conditioning coach, so I'm up in the fitness center there, and there's this, Pomfret had a gym open to the public, so like, people around the town can pay and come in and use the facilities. Right. So I had a guy who used to come in with his clients, who were all elderly people, who he would do kind of like fitness with to keep them in shape.
Sure.
So stuff like he was a personal trainer.
Gotcha.
Very smart guy. Does a lot of like PT personal training. He's very smart.
Is his name Bruce?
No, not Bruce.
I follow Bruce on Instagram. He's around Pomfret a lot, I think. You probably seen him.
Yeah, I think I know him too. But so this guy had an elderly woman with him who, I'd seen her many times, had conversations with her while she was waiting. Very nice lady, and she's on one of the machines, and she was kind of like sluggish all day. Because I see these things when I'm looking at it, and me and him, both of us, when we kind of like look at people, and you can just see
you see stuff differently.
Like, we'll talk all the time, like, oh, look at that person's gait, like, look at the way they're walking, like, that's messed up.
That's what we're training.
And that's just because, like, we're almost trying to fix you without even knowing you. So, like, I saw her that day, and I was like, she looks a little sluggish today. Like, I don't know what's up. And her trainer saw that too, and like, he was going very easy on her. And she was on one of the machines, and she was having a real hard time. And I could like see there was like a commotion starting, and she ended up passing out. And he yelled over to me. He said she has a heart condition, like, call 911. And I was like, and it kind of just like, you kind of go into like fight or flight mode. Like, everything just starts moving fast, and you just start doing what you know how to do. So call 911, get them to come. They're on their way. That's great. And then go over and have to deal with the situation, because again, he had actually just had surgery on his shoulder or hip or something. So like, this lady's fallen off this machine at this point. So we both had to get her down safely to the ground. She ended up vomiting a little bit. Had to turn her on her side, clear that out. So again, nothing fun in the moment, but again, you're going through the motions, you know exactly what to do. And paramedics show up, and or actually, administrators start showing up because Pat Boyd, he's in the fire department, so he actually gets the thing on his pager.
So he came in?
And well, he obviously said something, so like administrators, like our like headmaster and dean of students, and they're like, all the administrators start showing up because they just know commotion. They don't know if it's a student or not. So, and I kind of just start barking out orders because like I'm just like in go mode here. I'm like, you go look for the ambulance, tell them to come in. You go hold the door open for them, and like they're just like, okay, and just run off. And I'm like, man, God, powerful right now. I got the power. But so, and I mean, the lady ended up making a complete recovery. It ended up being just like she was dehydrated, but like over dehydration. But so she ended up being completely fine. I've seen her. She's come in since, and I've seen her since. And so that was. But again, first week or two, I was on the job, and it was just like a nerve-wracking thing. Like, wow, this is legit. Like, this is the job right here.
It's funny. I think when you work in healthcare and you're working with other human beings, I don't know if you want to call it God or if you want to call it destiny, whatever it is. I really do believe that the second you get into it, something always comes at you that you're not really prepared for, to really gut check and see, are you made for this or not?
Yep.
Are you made for this or not, right? And clearly you are, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool, because a lot of people, don't get that lucky, right? I think, although we were both chasing a passion, there's a certain aspect of luck that comes with it, right? Because you might like something in theory all you want, but once you get down to the nitty gritty and you really understand how things work, you might not like it so much anymore, right?
I had people I applied into the program with who, they would see something like blood or something like that and freak out, and then it's like, this isn't for you. Like, this is not for you.
Yep.
Like, you're gonna see some things that are gonna make you squeamish. Like, that's just the reality of it.
Yep.
Even like I like to think I can look at almost anything and be fine, but even some of the things you see, it's just like it's tough. It's tough to look at, and it's like, wow, that's bad. And you still have to, but like at that point, you're the only thing for that person, so you gotta, no matter what it is, you gotta be that person.
That's it. And let me ask you this, Bill. So, how long have you been in the field for, Bill?
Let's see, graduated college in 2018, so this is my third year at Pomfret. But I mean, I was doing a lot of the stuff in college still,
right?
But on my own, like actually out, able to do things on my own in my third year.
So what do you think is gonna be kind of the next step for you? What do you kind of see the future looking like for you in terms of athletic training?
Yeah, I'm very happy. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to go back to school, which I'm dreading because I'm not a big school fan myself. But at some point, I'm probably gonna have to go back to either get some sort of other area of expertise, like a sports psychology type of thing. That'd probably be something I'd be interested in, something along those lines. Or because just the field is evolving more, because athletic trainers are trying to, a lot of people when they hear athletic trainer, they immediately think personal trainer.
Right.
We're not. We're athletic trainers. There's a difference.
Yeah, y'all think that physical therapist is the same thing. Y'all better check up. Y'all better check up. Wait a minute.
I love the gym and all, but no, we're more than that. We're medical professionals.
Come on now.
And that's a whole big movement in the athletic training sphere. That's why they're pushing for like this like master's only level education, because it's like they feel like they need to
quantify.
They need to say like, hey, we know what we're doing. We're medical professionals, and like here's the stuff to back it up. And I have my own opinions about the way they're doing it, but I'll save those. But it's so eventually at some point I'm probably gonna have to go back to school a little bit and probably get some sort of other area expertise. I'm very happy in a high school setting. That's always what I wanted to do. Because again, I wanted to help kids like me.
Right.
Once you get to college or professional settings, again, it's such a life commitment that like you almost don't have a life, outside of it. So whereas high school, the hours are pretty regular. They can be a little irregular, but like it's still not that
definitely
bad.
Less sporadic.
Yeah, definitely. You know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
It's you work with a variety of different sports. It keeps things fresh. Obviously, you got 3 different seasons of many different sports. So I like that aspect of it. Keeps things fresh for sure. And so I'd like to stay in the high school realm, as far as maybe becoming like a head athletic trainer at a school someday. That'd be pretty cool. But that's down the line, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's tough, dude, because I'm kind of stuck in that position now. Me being, physical therapist assistant for coming up on 4 years in February. Mm-hmm. That's insane. 4 years, dude.
Yeah. Get old.
Yeah, I'm telling me, bro. Not waking up is easy anymore. Just
this whole week, man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's been tough, but it's been fun. But yeah, it's so funny because I'm kind of in a similar sort of predicament right now. I'm really feel like I'm sort of like stuck in limbo right now, in the sense of I know I need to do something to further advance myself, but I'm just trying to figure out what the right thing is, right? And it's like, for me to go back to school, I should probably start and get my bachelor's taken care of, get that finished, mm-hmm. right? And then probably have to think about maybe biting the bullet and doing a master's, because very similar to you, your field is very much so following physical therapy.
Yeah.
If you look at physical therapy, we sort of set the trend for a lot of other fields to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because we were running into a lot of the similar problems that you were, in terms of we had to quantify and justify our education, which is as dumb as it is, and I completely disagree, with a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But
absolutely.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the way it's moving.
That's the way the world works.
And I think the thing about it is too, which a lot of people don't want to talk about, is that's insurance driven.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance companies don't want to pay for stuff that they don't see fit.
Yep. Even
though they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yep.
That's the way things are moving, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
Insurance companies are a whole different issue.
Insurance companies, they run the medical field now.
And
it used to not be like that.
That's wrong.
It is.
It's wrong.
Absolutely. But that's a whole different conversation.
Exactly.
That's a whole different conversation. But dude, I'll tell you what, man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
I appreciate
it. We've come a long way from sand to circle.
I'll tell you what, we've still got a long ways to go, but it's I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the next step is, and you never know, bro. We always talked about doing something together one day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that would be a force right there. That would be a force. What?
Absolutely.
Man, I'll tell you what. But alrighty, y'all. We're gonna come back at you with a couple more episodes. We've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about, but that is gonna conclude episode 15.1 with my brother here, Billy. But until next time, actually. Next episode, I'll give you a sneak peek. We're gonna talk about where we come from, right? We're gonna talk about Pomfret, right? We're gonna talk about what that is, what that means to us. What life looks like. Because I think a lot of people are gonna be surprised about where we came from and what our lives look like. But yeah, that's the next episode. But until then, we will see you guys.
See you
later.